Welcome back guys to another video tutorial of a challenge of free code camp section. React code pass props to a stateless functional component. So in this one it says that the previous challenges covered a lot about creating and composing JSX elements, functional components and ES6 style class components in React. With this foundation, it's time to look at another feature very common in React, which is props. In React, you can pass props or properties to a child component. Say you have an app component which renders a child component called welcome, right? Which is a stateless functional component. You can pass welcome a user property by writing in this way, alright? In this particular way, alright? So you use custom HTML attributes created by you and supported by React to be passed to the component. In this case, the created property user is passed to the component welcome. Alright, so that's a property, that's a component. Since welcome is a stateless functional component, it has access to this value like so. So this is how welcome component can functional component can access the property by using props as an argument, alright, or parameter, why would you want to call it. Alright, so does it let me go back? No. To the left? No, it doesn't. Cool. So it's a standard call to this, it's standard to call this value props when dealing with stateless functional components. You basically consider it as an argument to a function, which is this, which returns JSX. You can access the value of the argument in the function body. With class component, you will see that this is a little different. There are calendar and calendar and current date components in the code editor. Alright, so now it's telling us what do we need to do. When rendering a current date from the calendar component, so this is the current date from this component, the calendar component, pass in a property of date assigned to the current date from JavaScript's date object. Right. Then access this prop in the current date component, showing its value within the p tag. Note that for props values to be evaluated as JavaScript, they must be enclosed in curly brackets, for instance date, and then in this kind of thing. So date equals open curly brackets date method and then the close curly braces. Alright, so let's get right into it. So coming back to what exactly do we have to do, let's read the requirements really carefully. Alright, so it says that there are two components, calendar and current date. So these are our two components here, alright, current date and calendar. And now it says when rendering current date from the calendar component, so we need to render the current date from this component here. We need to pass in a property of date assigned to the current date from JavaScript date object. So this is the current date functional stateless component. So I will just pass in the property of date, and then we're gonna access it by curly braces open and close and the date object over here. Alright, that's it. This is our work here done, and now we need to access this this property in a current date component. So we need to access this property over here in the current date component. And how would we do that? By doing curly braces, and then we're going to use props because it's being the property is passed here. This property is passed over here, so prop and then the name of the property, which is date. Exactly right, and there you go. Our current date has appeared here. Alright guys, hope it all makes sense, and if you have any questions, feel free to comment the video and I'll make sure I'll get back to you as soon as possible. Until then, have fun with experimenting with this new concept, and I'll see you in the next one.